people are
Dave.
lose faith. It's really incredible.
We're about to go live, I think, in a second.
Got Dave.
Boy, I really got the Santa Claus look going.
You turn them wider and wider.
Isn't that incredible?
We're actually live. So
Joe,
Dave
put your
shows-
background with Woo Woo Dude and
Oh yeah, let's switch
Indiana
that.
Jones. It's really cool.
There we go.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's great.
That is awesome.
Somebody else sent me that a little while back, and I forgot to save it and actually use it from time to time.
That's really cool.
You cease to amaze me.
Yeah, you know how we do. There's our pal Dave. How's it going, Dave?
I'm doing great. Good to see you guys.
Hey,
Good to see
Dave.
you, dude. And JC and Joe.
Hello,
Just appear at the
Dave.
secret compound.
So you're at your other place. I see. I can recognize the background.
Hey Joe, when you're looking at the screen, does it read Beyond Mystic properly? Because
Yeah.
now it's inverted for me. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
good for you? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I'm all confused.
Yeah, mine's inverted, but on the right screen, regular screen, it looks good.
Okay, cool.
Looks right.
JC, if you're confused now, you're in deep shit by the time we get done.
The other night we did a video with Cliff High, and in Kung Fu, well, in martial arts, you go like respect, right? And I was looking at the screen and I went this way. I'm like, wait, how did I do that? My brain was all reversed because of the mirror effect. Anyways, it's kind of funny.
It's okay. At least you bowed. That's all
Yeah,
that
exactly. Respect, dude.
That's it. Yeah. So where do we begin? We have all this crazy politics and it's over. They stole it. It's over. Nothing's going to happen. And all I think about is just everything that was laid out. The final stuff about the Red 1, Red 2, Red 3, like that was the final thing. Mike Pompeo, his tweets and getting faster and faster, like they said would happen, like all this stuff. And, again, this massive amount of military down there in DC, which last I heard anyways, they were still there. I'm not sure if the numbers have dwindled or gone down, but last I heard they're still there.
X-22 said they're supposed to be there for 30 days.
Yeah. And what was the quote? Done in 30. Huh, that's
Done in
funny.
30. Yep.
So, again, remains to be seen. I'm very, very optimistic. I'm very hopeful. My body feels the same as it has, like the energy, whatever you want to call it. Like it's not changing. The same result is at the end. Every psychic I know, every woo-woo, whatever person, psychic, maybe there's two different slight categories there.
Is that like
maybe
your
just
brony
woo
level?
and maybe the Cliff High woo versus psychic people, his data, all kinds of stuff, and one of the things he talked about too back in the day in his data, the end of the Democratic Party would be coming around this time. And we could see why, but also maybe the end of both parties, because we keep hearing about the Patriot Party that might be getting ready to pick up steam. So I know there's this whole thing about, well, it's 1871. They took us off the Republic. We made us a corporation. Now we're going back to the Republic. So Trump's going to be the 19th president. He's going to get 2 terms now. And honestly, I don't know. In our little 17th letter of the alphabet, I don't think I ever alluded to that, by the way, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. But regardless, whatever the hell it is, it's just, I feel it's going to happen.
Shit.
And right off the bat, I'm going to say, woo-woo dude over here. In case you didn't know, that's woo-woo dude. Yeah. I'm sure you didn't know that. Said to me many, many months ago, like when he first reached out to me and he was like, hey, my spirit guides want me to work with you and this and that. And, we would chat, quite a bit. And we would, let me just change the screen over here. And one time you said, man, I just got this big download. Spirit showing me like a helicopter crash. I see fire. And you did mention fire. And I'm like, well, who's on board? It must be someone important. You're like, no, I don't get that anybody important is on board. Has nothing to do with actually anybody on board. There's just some kind of helicopter that's an important crash, but not necessarily the people on board. I do see the fire. I don't know what it was. And then someone had sent me, hey, Joe, look, White Dove had mentioned there'd be like one of the princes or somebody from the UK in that area, the Eurozone would be on board and that would go down in a helicopter crash. And you think, Could that be it? And I think I asked you, and you're like, that's not what I'm getting. And again, it wasn't someone important on board. So I'm like, okay, well, it's not what White Dove saw then. And it hadn't happened yet. And then we had that one event where the Marine, or I say Marine One, I think, squadron or whatever you want to call it, that protects Marine One when President's on board, that Navy aircraft, which was a helicopter, was shot at over American soil. Very little news at all. They had to do a very urgent landing, didn't crash. And I remember you asking me, like, well, did it crash? No, they went down, but they set it down. And you're like, well, I saw the fire and all that. I'm like, well, maybe that's it, because some time period had gone by, and we're like, well, maybe that was it. Spirit may not be perfectly all the time, like laying it out. But
what?
Yeah, but I was gonna say, but a lot of times you'll tell me, no, Joe, they said 68 cents. Yeah, but it said, Joe, they said 68 cents. Okay, and then 68 cents hits. Okay, yeah. But you did say, yeah, like we're looking for a crash. And then it happened just a day ago on the inauguration of Joe Biden. And you said to me, whatever the hell that is, it's just a temporal marker. Don't be caught up in the event itself. But you said, all hell will be breaking loose, essentially. I don't remember the exact words now. It's been so many months, but it was something like that in a short period of time after this event. It's like a temporal marker, like Cliff High had told us. You'd ask me, what's that thing, Cliff High? It's a temporal marker. Yeah, that's it. So I think it's here. You said yes the other day. We believe it. This is it. It happened on the damn day. Like, oh my gosh, there's no way that was a coincidence. And you're
sure?
saying, yeah,
wait
you're saying,
wait a second. Wait, stop the shit. First of all, everything we're talking about is a bunch of bullshit and dreams.
Yes, that's
You're
right.
talking to a psychic that doesn't know a damn thing. You're talking to people that have dreams in this crazy sleepy dreams. So just remember, folks, it's all bullshit. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, Joe, it's very important these days to do that.
That's right. This whole conversation is fake news. It's all
Isn't
false.
this all
a LARP?
Yep.
Isn't this all drug-induced hypnosis, illusions?
DMT. Yeah, we're on DMT right now.
Yeah, Dave and I have been using this one in the last couple of days here. We called it a live action role-playing game. It's complete nonsense. It's just fictional, just for fun. Adults being stupid, that's all it is.
Shall we go?
Yeah. Woo, dude, you could pretend to be the psychic.
All right, I'm going to blame it all on psilocybin. Okay, will that work for you?
Yeah.
A lot of people are freaking out, and obviously, I mean, I get it, and I've heard people really putting the T. We're going to use the word T-man. All right, and I've said this in the past. You can listen to somebody that gives you prophecies or things that they believe will happen in the future. And these guys may have 9 out of 10 right. That's pretty darn good. Okay. But oh my God, will people jump out and rip their heads off? Well, what do you mean? It's like, listen, I've gotten so many texts of people really concerned. And I say the same, that nothing has changed in me. But remember what I always tell people, don't change my words of what I say, because I won't change my words that Spirit will give me. And a lot of my students that I taught over there at Hogwarts always call me, I'm a dog with a bone. So when I'm given something, even you're so kind to me, Joe. Woo, dude, it's 67 and a half. No, Joe, they said 68. Well, come on. I mean, that's Joe. It is what it is. But I'll tell you, yesterday, was it yesterday you sent me the helicopter or today? Okay. When I saw it, I knew it wasn't even an issue. Okay. I knew it. Number one, it was over the United States. Number two, it went down in flames. Number three, people died. Number four, there was per se nobody of it, no big name people per se. Everybody who went through that was important. Okay, so people lose their lives. It's a terrible thing in that respect. But I knew that was it. And you and I have talked a lot going back months and months and months ago. And it was back in October that I said, I really believe I have the timeline. I says, I really do. And I want to let people understand this. Is timelines are funny. And I explain it to people that I read. And simplistic is if you and I were in your vehicle driving to a big city, we'll say, and we could see the horizon of the city in front of us, and that's our destination, correct? Right? So we see it, we know we're going there, and then all of a sudden, there's a car accident up in front. Now, our plans were to drive down that highway and go to the city, all right, for whatever reason. But now there's an accident in front of it. Are we still going to head to the city? Hell yeah. But we're going to take the exit here. We have no choice. And then when you take the exit, now all of a sudden you're going through a lot of different city blocks where you're going to encounter different things. But you're still heading to the city, but you're going there in a different way. And, you know, some of the things that bothered me out there, you know, this Q thing and this, that, the other thing, I never followed it. Never. I didn't even know how to find it unless I got it from you. So I was never disappointed. It didn't matter. What I get from other ways. And so I was not let down at all. And like I've said to people many months ago on your show, is the exact words that they gave me. All right. I've never changed them. Is the T-Man was not leaving. Okay. So you can play any way you want on that. He's not leaving. And furthermore, with that helicopter, oh man, are we close. Okay. Now, people sit there, well, we all expected this, and this, you know, major arrests right there on the lawn. You know, I get it. I get it. You know, we all want to see people that do wrong things caught for it. And everything that we saw around this was really blatant to the respect that they don't give a shit. They truly don't. And you know what? It's like in the martial arts. When you face an opponent that doesn't give a shit on how badly you beat his ass, you better be concerned about that. It's kind of like fighting a drunk man or somebody who's hyped up on a drug. Man, you better have a lot of respect for that. All right? Because they're not going down the way you think they're going to go down. Now, in your heart of hearts, everybody that's out there, you know the T-Man truly cares about human life. I mean, he really does. We've seen it many times over. Okay? When you're dealing with somebody that doesn't give a hoot about that and whatever it takes to get to the means, what are the odds that if it went down the way everybody thought it was going to be, that a bigger action was not going to happen? Do you kind of get what I'm saying? In the respect that, would you put it by somebody to have a funny looking suitcase that would pop it? Okay. So when you're reaching that, my gut, and I'm not taking this from the other side, but my gut is telling me that the loss of life would have been really ridiculous. Okay. And so everybody thinks the T-Man just gave up. And I ask anybody out there, could you have taken the abuse that he did for 4 straight years nonstop and not walk away? He could have walked away the first year, said to hell with it. 4 years he battled. Did he battle for himself or did he battle for everybody? Right? And then instantaneously, you know, I really don't follow a lot of the propaganda that's on YouTube and every place else, where see everybody listen. You remember when you're a little kid, they had this little game. You whispered in somebody's ear, you said, "Hey, da 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 da," and it goes to the next person goes, and then finally gets to the end, and you're going, "What the hell are you saying? I didn't say that." And a lot of that was going on. And I say to you, with something that took years and years and years and years to work on, do you actually think that a bunch of yahoos on YouTube are going to have the truth of anything? It's propaganda versus propaganda versus propaganda. Till you reach a point that nobody has an idea. Unless you're in the room with the people, all the rest is just bullshit. All right? This game is not over. How it's going to play out, honestly, I don't know. I make a joke about remote controls for my TV. I have no freaking idea, how that show ends up on my TV when I press the button. And I really don't give a rat's ass. But I know if I press my remote, son of a bitch, there it is. Okay? So on the way to the big city, backing the ship up, and we have to get off the exit. You understand? This is live, the things that are going on, and this is involving a lot of people and a lot of people's lives. So you have to give a lot of respect to it. But man, people really give up faith. And, I even see people go, "Oh yeah, they'll throw a bunch of hopium." Well, you know what makes us human? Hope in our hearts. The second you don't have hope in your heart, you're not even a human anymore. And if you haven't got that, then what do you have? But I'm going to tell you something, okay? That there's a lot of many oddball things that Joe and all your people have seen with me on some of these calls that have happened when we were playing with finances, that either I am far beyond Einstein, and I'm telling you I'm not, okay, financially to know these things, or I'm getting them someplace, legit. Okay, I give you the down, I give you the up, I tell you right to the dot what it's going to do, when. Hey, Joe, 4 o'clock, really? Eastern Standard, yeah, man, Eastern Standard, 40%, 4 o'clock. There's Joe. You ain't gonna pull this shit over on me. It's 4 o'clock. What the hell is going on here? Ain't me. All right. When we were dealing with the XRP and the number 22s that kept going out, one of the biggest things at the end where I finally said to Spirit, I said, enough of this shit. I said, you guys always give me the numbers and tell me what it's all about. Why won't you do it? And I said this to you, Joe, privately. I said, they told me that they all need discernment. That means every person that was involved in watching you, watching the trades, everything that went on. And I said, why would they say that? And I said to you, it's because of something bigger that's happening. All right. It's kind of like the XRP. I still see it every so often. Somebody said 888 in January. Did I ever say 888 in January? Ever once. People don't listen, or they put what they want. But what I did say is, they said, what, Joe? Watch the month of January. That it's huge, and it's going to affect the world. All right. And it has something to do with the financial system and XRP. What it is, I don't know. Okay. I don't need to know. But sometimes, and again, I get it. I've been in places where people haven't been. Okay. I've seen things that people haven't seen. So I have the ability to have that faith and walk, because I've seen just incredible things. And instantaneously, when whatever happened on that day, just everybody just That's it. It's all over. I don't know about you. I still made dinner. I got up the next morning. Nothing changed. Okay. And understand the game is still in play. If you truly, truly in your heart and use your discernment with this, think that was it. Come on. Wait. Come on, man. Okay. Yeah. Come on, man. There's so much more going on. It's not the end. It isn't. It's not playing out the way you want it in your mind, but that's okay. Has your life been disrupted yet at this morning? Or are you going to melt like a snowflake? Where I live, snowflakes don't even melt, man. Okay. They just keep showing up out there. All right. Yeah. And I think so many people need to take a deep breath. And I know they've heard so many things from so many people out there that, that say that they know everything that's happening. Nobody knows what's happening. You might get a little glimpse or, and all those people are just catching hell out there. And it's like, it is what it is. The second you might be off by 1 penny or something, people say, well, let me see what he's going to get wrong. It's like, really? I say to them, the minute you wake up in the morning, you're on the wrong side of the bed. All right. You got to have the faith. And a couple more things have got to happen that didn't happen. And I'm going to tell you something. The helicopter bothered me months ago when Joe, you would show me another helicopter thing. Show me another helicopter. No, you almost got me, though, on the one that was shot at in the United States, because that was really incredible. I mean, think about it. Think about who's got to be involved in shooting at a presidential helicopter. What kind of intel that person must have had to do that. So you got to understand how deep that this really is. And things go sideways. It's called life. All right. But the thing is you just got to work it through. All right. But again, think about it. If everything went the way everybody would have loved to have seen, what do you think would have happened that day or that afternoon or that night?
Let me add something on that note, because I've been seeing a few videos that were posted on that day on the coast of California with a bunch of import ships from China off the coast everywhere. And everyone's like, what the hell are they doing here all of a sudden? And the rumor, is
what's your gut, Joe? What's your gut?
My gut's the same as the rumor. And that is they didn't have goods on board. They had something else on board.
Yeah.
Possibly getting ready to use it.
So why do you think all the Navy ships were behind them? Think about it. If somebody had a cannon up my ass, I'd probably think twice about jumping ship right there, don't you think? So again, this is really fluid. It truly, truly is. But you can't just give up like that. It's insane. Just that's it. That's it. The world ends. Well, honestly, world ends. Who gives a shit? I'm back on the other side again. It's like, okay. But my heart of heart tells me, all you people that are here for this time, for what's happening, don't you have it in your heart that this is really big? And this is not just America. This is the world. Months and months and months and months, I've been telling people that this is a worldwide event. And it's huge.
And every person chose to incarnate at this time to see one of the most epic shows.
Yeah, except for the old souls. Okay? You didn't have a choice. You were signed up for it.
Because you got a role to play. You got a big role to play.
Because you need to be here to really help a lot of people and to be that guiding light. It's amazing. People say, oh, you get that from spirit, you get this. And I want to say something to everybody about stuff like that. is if I'm talking to other beings that I can't visually see that are on the other side, if spirit's real, I guess God's real too, isn't it? Okay. And there's just so much. And nothing for nothing, if the creator decided, screw it, I'm going to slap my hands and there goes the planet. Well, that you ain't got much of a choice of that. So live every day, pay your bills off, keep doing what you're doing, and pray. A lot of people will meditate, but I say meditation is a form of prayer. It's your connection with spirit into the higher consciousness of things. All right. Just like, Christ was real and everybody, the Jesus thing. I said, you're thinking of that as a human being. Okay. Like many times it's been said, I'm not of this world. I'm in this world, but we're not of it. It's just like you, Joe, or anybody else, that we are, the physical body is the avatar, but it's the spirit within us that runs that. All right. So all these people are concerned about these things, but understand who you truly are and have faith. And, in many shows in the past, Joe, I've always said that when I was dead over there, that they wanted me to say that to a lot of people, that in the darkest moments that you have, don't you ever give up on us, because all we have to do is snap our fingers. All right. So you keep faith in your heart, be kind to as many people as you can. And remember, you always have the opportunity to do that and step into it. All right. It's a beautiful thing. Go ahead. I'm talking too much. You guys say.
Can I jump in for a second here?
Yeah.
Richard,
no, get the hell out of here.
So I don't want to break your train of thought or what Joe may have wanted to say.
No, go ahead.
So when you mentioned the old souls who are here now, JC and I were doing an interview with Litecoin Lisa and Amy Fulmer, and Amy had a reading with a QHHT reading, a quantum hypnosis healing technique reading, and Dolores Cannon came through. And for those of you that know about QHHT, that's something that she codified and perfected and taught people to do before she made the change and moved on. Well, she came through and she spoke about how we're the first wave, and she talks about this first wave group that's coming to help the planet at this time. And JC, you can correct me if I'm remembering this wrong, but I believe Amy was saying the people that are tuning in to this live stream and things like this, they're first wave people.
Yeah.
So do you remember that way, JC and Richard? Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, it does. Is when I first contacted Joe, all right, it's because Spirit wanted me to, all right, and that he needed help and protection. All right. And even when I can't remember, I think I just sent him an email. I think that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I said, he's not going to see that, And they said, oh, yeah, he will. And then from there, it went on. But during the process of me coming into your life, it's been, I don't know, what's it been, 6 months? I don't know. I don't even know what it was.
It's probably 9 months now. It's gone so fast.
Yeah. Time compression, Joe. Time compression. And the amount of growth and the change in you and the things that you have seen now that you just, there's no other answer than it's real. What you're seeing is real. What these things are. And I tell people, it's just like what Spirit told me, that I wouldn't really have to do anything when it came to, per se, readings and stuff. And I've done them for years, but a while ago, and actually it was after my death, they told me that things were going to change with me and that they were going to send me old souls from around the world. And I go, wow, how are you going to do that? They said, leave it to us. We're going to do it. And I went, okay. Now I connect with Snippy. I'm dealing with people in South Africa, Austria, Germany, South America, Central America, Taiwan. I mean, I read around the world. And I don't care what country I'm in. The love of those people, they're old souls, every one of them. It's just, I have to laugh. You know, when somebody recognizes you, the first time it happens, it's kind of weird, isn't it, Snippy? Like you could be out, no, this Snippy, right? So I'm coming out of Shaw's the other day, and I hear Richard. I'm going, oh shit, they're calling me back. You know, I said, I'm going. And then I realized that, you know, it's this young woman off the side calling me, and her husband's standing there. And I go, huh, they look kind of familiar, but yet they don't. And I walk up and start really talking. They were very excited. I go, wow, they recognized me. But as I'm standing there, I'm laughing because I'm watching spirit behind both of them, right? And they're talking. And a woman, I see this lady behind her, you know, as a great healer and giving her all the energies as a healer. Then as I start, I don't tell them I'm seeing these things. I don't want to scare the hell out of them. But then as we progress, all of a sudden I find out she's a nurse. It's like, that's kind of funny. And then the guy, I see another guy behind him, right? And he's just laughing at me. And I'm looking at him and go, oh my God, this guy's a really powerful intuitive. But I just kept it to myself. But I kind of chuckled, right? And then the two spirits are looking at each other and they're saying, the little one is really special, right? And so I'm holding all these conversations in my mind going, holy, what's going on here? And then as we progress through the conversation, they have an issue with their daughter because she sees spirits. And I just went, all right, that's kind of cool. All right. So you got to believe in these things that are around you. If you just think it's just what you see here, it's not even close. It really isn't even close. It's phenomenal. And it's something you can't just quantify it, you know, by reading a book. But when you experience stuff, and I really believe everybody who's watching this has experienced stuff, because this channel has turned into a beacon of light, okay, for the Christ and the Christ consciousness, all right? And remember, everybody says things about, oh, Jesus Christ was a man. He's a physical body, but the spirit was sent here from the Creator to help us, all right? And I'm not caught up in religions or anything like that in any manner. I'm very spiritual, okay? The Holy Spirit's real. The Christ is real. Melchizedek is real, okay? All these things are real. The Creator is too, you know? And you just got to keep this faith up. It's a beautiful thing. And once you don't fear death in that respect, because there isn't any, then all of a sudden, all the other stuff disappears. It really does. It's like, yeah, all right. Wow. Hey, you're going to die today. Well, all right, man. You know, how are you going to go? Meteor? Come on, make it big, would you? I don't want to trip down my stairs and break my neck. that would be
the
fun.
blaze of glory.
Yeah, man. Hit me with a meteor on my porch.
Yeah, I mean, the other day, so, you know, this whole thing with Evelyn was like, oh, you know, psychics get stuff wrong too, and I'm not so sure about spirit, and boom, they gave her the dream. Boom, gave her a second dream. She was like, oh, shit. Okay, that's 2 in a row. And then there was something else that happened. And then she was like, okay, I'm really, this whole spirit thing's, the 2-2 thing happened. She goes, whoa.
That was mind-boggling.
That was like incredible. So then the other day, Julianne gave me a reading, like recently, and I listened to it again. And then I'm like, Evelyn, she mentioned a few things about you in there. Maybe you want to listen to it? She goes, yeah. So we sat in the bed and listened to it again. And this is her first time listening to it. And she's saying things about me, well, the queen needs this, and the queen, meaning my wife, blah, blah, blah. And everyone's like, yeah, I did just go on a little vacation. I did just have some me time. Matter of fact, the weekend she gave you this reading that I'm watching right now was the same weekend I was gone. And I was like, I know. And I didn't tell her that. I didn't tell anybody that you went on a little vacation. She's like, God, she's already picking up on that. And this is a couple other things. So then for me, she was telling me something about my my mountain. And I'm waiting.
Did you buy that, Joe?
No, I didn't buy the mountain. But, I'm waiting to ask something about it. And I'm trying to think of what it was right now. But like I was going to, well, how do I, whatever it was, or, actually, I don't want to say this publicly. So whatever it was, I'm like, but how, whatever, before I could even get the word out of my mouth, she's answering it, going on. And I'm like, she went right into it without knowing the chance in hell that I was about to ask that, because it was something completely that you couldn't have just, let me slightly change this, what I just said, and go into this. It wasn't that kind of a thing. Like, I had to ask the question and to get a direct answer about something related to that, but not that exactly. And she instantly went into it without, I went, the voice came out of my mouth like, and then she's answering it. I said no word, just one little, and then she's answering it.
Oh, you gave it away.
And I didn't even know it. Yeah, I didn't even know what happened until I watched it again. And it was when I was with my wife the second time or third time watching it that I go, holy shit. There's no way she could have done. I was about to ask that, and she's already answering it. So again, now, this is me. I'm into woo woo. My mom's psychic. Okay, but still, I have to sit back and respect that, no matter what, and say, "Damn, how the hell did she know to answer my question without me even?" And I never did get to say whatever it was because she had already answered it. So I didn't even have to. I just shut my mouth and let her keep going. At that point, I tried to say something. I got one little noise out, and she answers it.
Joe, that's a little bit like what happened tonight with JC and me. So I had written an email and I was about to hit send. It was to you and JC asking for the links for tonight's show. I thought, let me quickly check with JC before I hit send. I go over to the messenger and I'm typing, and then at the same instant I started typing, JC is typing, he says, don't know yet. Joe hasn't sent anything. I said, oh, wow, you must be psychic. And we know JC is. And he says, what did he say? He says, you were screaming at me, which is the characterization JC uses for lots of input. I said, yeah, I do that sometimes. But anyways, it was hilarious. It's like, it's happened before. This is not the first time JC and I have had that.
Yeah.
So that'd be fun to share.
Yeah, well, Dave, it's because of your abilities. You might keep kicking it down, but I'm telling you, okay, you can't hide. You can only stay in the closet so long, Dave, before you got to come out and admit
it. Yeah, Dave's a screamer. That's a whole other conversation.
Oh boy.
You weren't supposed to tell people that. Well,
now we know the truth.
You
Can I answer Dave's question quickly? Dave, you were talking about our conversation with Lisa and Amy about us being the first wave. Yes, that's what Amy was saying, and it reminded me too of some of the conversations I had in the series called Decoding Reality with Jenny Moonstone. Jenny didn't say the same way, but she meant the same thing. She said something more like, "We were the blunt instruments. Like, we're the guys bringing down the wall." And then the second waves are actually going to storm the castle. So we're at that point now. I think we've broken down the wall, but mainstream hasn't seen it yet, or at least they haven't shown it yet. And there's the second wave here who's going to go into the castle and change everything. And I think those are my kids, your kids, Joe's kids, and all of that. But our job right now is to hold that line, hold that frequency until those second gates or the second wave actually goes in and does the job. I think that's where we're at right now. What do you think about that, Richard?
I think I think everybody is right in a little way. They're it's kind of like when you look at a picture. There's certain things that'll stand out for you. And then somebody else, you're still looking at the same picture and they pull something else out of it. No different than psychics, respect that, or remote viewers. They'll see this whole, and this is all they get to look at. is this hole. And then you get somebody who can walk on the other side. Now, all of a sudden, it's not a hole. It's a whole area that they can walk around and look at. And so the way you can absorb this and take the understanding of it, I think everybody is right in that respect. It really is about the children, okay? And this whole planet right now, and really, I mean, it's really happening where, you know, a lot of people in the past have talked, well, we're going to 5D, 3D, AD, whatever, okay? The vibration's changing. It actually is. I mean, scientifically it is. As I told many people a long time ago, that they showed me our planet being affected and all these wavelengths were going crazy. And they said the harmonics of our planet is changing because our planet is moving forward into a different area. And during this, we're all going to change. And part of this was even brought up by Cliff, I think years and years and years ago, where he talked about strange things from space doing crazy things to people. All right. Something like that.
Energies from space.
Yeah.
Strange energies from space.
Right. So again, that's the way he looked at it. All right. In his manner of thought and what he's getting out of the computers and things. The way I'm getting it from beings that there's no way I can prove it. Literally, there's no way I can prove it. But when the crap started hitting the fan up in Washington, I think it was, where I actually saw people going down the street like at 3 a.m. and pointing lasers and banging things and telling people to get out of their houses, that it should be our house, right? The words that came out of my mouth right there were, are they insane? I didn't get it. And Spirit came loud and clear and said, they're becoming bipolar. I said, I don't understand it. And they said, it's because of the magnetic fields of the planet that these things are affecting every mind and every living thing on this planet. We're changing. All right. And the key is for the older souls to really adjust yourself daily. So as these vibrations go crazy, like the Schumann resonance is going through the roof. It's not what it was before. It's not even close. Okay. It's just going crazy. And so many people that I read, including I read a lot of mediums and psychics, they're not, they're getting a lot of black space where it's kind of like they can't see beyond it. All right. And a lot of that has to do with they're not adjusting their frequency every single day. All right. And that's why what I try to teach people is when you listen to the sounds, okay, in your meditation, do it before bedtime. All right. If you in the middle of the day, it's a cat nap. That's all it is. And it's beautiful. You relax, get yourself out of the grind. It's a beautiful thing. But when you do it, the last thing you do before you go to bed, you've adjusted yourself for that night to enter into the real realm. Okay. That's when this works. During the day, this ain't working. It's your gut. All right. But at night, to enter into the other realms and get the understandings and the dreams and everything else, that's why you want to do it right before you go to bed. And it's huge. It's a remarkable thing when you do that. And it really does make a difference on your connection with everything that's around. And, you know, a lot of people think that meditation is you get yourself in a lotus position. Okay. And it's like, dude, a little late for me to try that one. Okay. I'll have to get a doctor for my help on that. What it is silence yourself. All right. So you can't even hear your breath. Calm your spirit. All right. And I don't care if you're sitting out on the porch with your eyes wide open. Calm yourself. Listen to the leaves. Listen to the wind talking. Listen to everything around because it's all alive. Feel the energy off of everything that's out there, and it'll make you stronger. And it's a beautiful thing when you do this. And
Richard,
I think yeah.
My first reading with you was just over 5 months ago. It was August 17th. And you described this protocol, the listen to the shamanic drumming and vocalization is what I listen to. And ever since then, it's been 5 months. I've been doing it every night, even if I'm up till 2:30 in the morning, like I was last night. I go through my meditation protocol. I connect with spirit. I do that as a separate process. And then I go to bed, my headphones on, and I listen to that music and quiet. I also do the process of the invoke the light of the Christ within me process.
Absolutely. That's huge.
Yeah. And connect with spirit. And we're talking today, I think, largely because we want to give people a sense of comfort in what's to come with our planet, our political system. I asked the question on the night of the 19th, so before the inauguration. I don't normally ask questions of spirit other than just show me things, but I asked,
right.
I presented two kind of ideas or kind of like scenarios that are related. So at the end of my meditation and my prayers and everything, I said, okay, confirm these two things for me. And the first was a series of events. Biden gets inaugurated, military assumes control, Trump eventually and officially becomes president. So that's scenario one, or idea one. And the second one is just sort of back that first one up, and that is Biden will not be the real president. So those are the two things I floated out there. And, since I met Joe and JC, a gift has opened up in me. It's a gift of clairsentience. So I can feel spirit energy in response to ideas or questions. Yeah. And I got a very, very strong response when I stated the first thing with, Biden in, then military, and then Trump's in. Huge response to that, very strong confirmation, full body energy, sustained, just like this growing sense of energy pulsing all over my entire body, just this huge tingly sensation. And then the second idea, same damn thing. I let it quiet down and I asked the next idea. It was amazing. So, and we've got people like you, Richard, Penny Kelly, Louise Jones, Amy Fulmer, who I mentioned, and she's very, very psychic. And many others, all saying the same thing. Spirit's telling me, yeah, that's the same. That's everything that they're saying is also true. So I'm very curious. What could you tell us and everybody listening and watching about the significance of having many people having psychic things all going in the same direction? Besides what might be obvious, like, well, if they're all saying it, it must be true. What else can you add to that?
Well, even though they're all saying it, doesn't mean it's true.
Okay. All
right. And again, spirit will validate things with you. Absolutely. Being a businessman my whole life, when all these things started to occur to me, all right, everything had to be validated because I'm a very logical guy. Okay. It's like, is this really happening? All right, prove it to me. And then they would do such crazy, crazy stuff that, and so many people think, like what? There's nothing that they can't do. I'm going to give you, for instance, on this. My daughter was selling her condo. I told her what she was going to get for it. That's what she got for it. And she was so upset. I don't know how it is in your area, but out on the East Coast, when you're selling a piece of property, you could have 100 people standing behind you to take a look at it. It was just absurd. And she was so upset. And I said to her, why are you so upset? Didn't I tell you? They said that they were just going to hand it to you. I said, ye of little faith. She goes, well, Dad, you know, da, da, da. I said, they're going to hand it to you. So she goes in looking at a house with her mother-in-law, father-in-law, her husband. And she was very disappointed when she came out of the house. I mean, I get it. Okay. And she's standing outside, and this, you know, the mother-in-law is saying, well, you should just get it, you know, because you're not going to get anything. And she says, no, my father said that they were going to hand it to me. And they're all going, oh my God, here we go. Right then, I swear to God, this happened. Right then, a car drives by them. The man rolls the window down and yells out, hey, you should go look at a house at da, 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 da. And they're all looking at, what the hell? Right? And the car just travels by. And my daughter says, remember what my father said? Right? So let's go over there. And the person just put a for sale sign on the house, selling it, I guess, by themselves without a real estate agent. They walk in, everything they could ever believe, and not just that, the people just want to do anything for them. There's the faith, right? And then here's a nice validation. I said, Katie, they love you. I said, when they talk to you in this manner, they really want to validate these things with you. And I'm talking to her on the phone. And it was snowing, wintry out. And I said, you got to have this faith, all right? And she says, yeah, it's just sometimes I have a hard time. I said, they'll validate everything with you. She says, I know. So she hangs up. They're driving. She calls me back less than 5 minutes. Honest to God truth. She says, Dad, you're not going to believe this shit. I said, honey, there's a lot of things I believe. She says, and she sends me a picture. She says, Dad, take a look at the roof. Going across the whole roof of this house, not the one she looked at, another house, says, Katie, we love you. Really? Can you make that shit up? It's like, what do you do? Oh, hell of a coincidence, don't you think? You know, I tell people that, you know, why we here, they always give us a chance to do acts of kindness. And it's not the big things that we do, it's all the little things. And they get so excited over it. And I tell this story over and over. I wait. I was upset today. I went to Walmart. I go there like every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks to pick a few things up. And there's usually a fella at the end, you know, holding a little jar to get some money. And he wasn't there today. I was kind of bummed because I always like to give this guy some cash, you know, and people say, well, why? You'll use it on drugs, this and that. And I say, how the hell can you judge a person like that? Do you think they were like that before? Or do you think something happened to them? Would you stand out there in the cold and do that? Would you belittle yourself? Would you put yourself in that manner? So where do you come from to judge? And I said that to a person I was reading before he even said anything to me. He says, oh my God, I wanted this answered for me. I said, what's that? He said, I was going to ask you. I said, yeah, they're angels. He says, I knew that guy because that day he met somebody that was just like that. And he said, there was just something about him. I don't know what it was. I said, yeah, it's an angel. I said, and they do this. All right. And when you send out this love or you do kindness like that, you go, you know, it's like right now, everybody's so defunct. Oh, there's nothing I can do. Oh, yeah, there is. Invoke the light of the Christ within you. Send out that light of love. Hold that torch up because you make the difference on the other side. When you do that, you're sending energy to the other side. When you do acts that are not good, well, where do you think that energy is going? It's like demons and you know, if you want to call them demons, whatever, you know, there's some beings out there that aren't nice. And they try to scare you and do things because they grab your energy off of your human body out of fear. Where beings of light and love with the Christ and Creator, they get their energy from love and from kindness. Just what do you want to support? Which way do you want to go? And all the psychics that are out there, they're saying, hey, I see this, I see this. They're all getting glimpses. So they're all right in their own manner. And it brings us back to the highway again and looking at the city in front of us. Okay. And go back to the remote control. Listen, I press the button, TV goes on and on. Okay. I don't need to know all the other bullshit. All right. Now, understand now, with everything that the Americans saw here, right down to the purging that has happened on free speech. And I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an American. All right. One party. I'm an American. And when you said that, the Republican Party or the Democrat Party is gone, they're really all gone, because we know there's no difference there, as we saw what went on. But the great part is every single one of you out there in America, you know what each one of those representatives mean. They can't hide anymore of what they are. There's no place to hide. And that was one of the things that Spirit had told me, is they were going to turn over all the rocks and show you all the critters that hide in the darkness. And there'll be no place for them to hide anymore, or to hide what they're really thinking or trying to do. Yeah, baby, it's out there. It's out there. And the congressmen, senators, go ahead.
Finish your thought, Richard. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
The congressmen and senators, I'd be concerned about going back to my home state. I mean, really, you screwed your people over. And not just that, how you treated them, human beings, on what you did to these people, on who you are. I don't know how many people there are in each one of those states, but I would say there's quite a few. And humans won't put up with it. So the great change is here. And the old souls that are in the front line right now, they want us to make it to this finish line for the children that are behind us, and to bring in this new world. All right. We are at the precipice of time of great change. And my cup is definitely half full. All the neat shit. Hey, Cliff, I want that freaking floating car too.
RV.
RV. So he stepped it up. He stepped it up.
When my XRB bag goes huge, I'll buy you one of those too. We'll have matching black flies.
Yeah,
I sent you a link today. Lendl sent us something. It's like a new black fly thing, but coming from Japan, I think.
I think I saw that already. Yeah,
it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Going back on the validation point that Richard was making, I think that's very important. And right now, in the last couple of days, we're seeing a lot of people really, really depressed. Things didn't happen the way they thought it did. And I wanted to maybe encourage them and maybe have them step back and see what I see and why I think there's still encouragement here. So a lot of people that went through this process of taking the red pill, they went through years and years of being the black sheep of their family, not being understood. They had to really see some of the ugly stuff around them, and it was a hard time. And then suddenly they got comfort when they saw people like the David Wilcox of the world, the Q movement, the Simon Parks and all that. Because like, okay, finally, I'm not alone. But here was the trap. They fell back into needing external validation. So when you take that red pill, you start using your heart discernment. You're not using your eyes anymore. You're not using your ears. You're not listening to your friends. You're listening from the heart. And all of these movements around there, I'm sorry to say, they're all disinfo. Like Joe, Dave, you and I, we've all identified the real disinfo over the last maybe 10 years of doing this. But even the good guys here, in my mind, are disinfo. And I'm not saying that to piss on anybody. What I'm saying is, even them who think they're doing a good job, who are getting these inside tracks, Absolutely, by the nature of the game, they're getting also wrong information
Right.
because the white hats are trying to destabilize the enemy. So they're not going to tell us all the truth. So
Right.
again, be very weary of everything you listen. And on my show, I keep saying, listen to everyone, follow no one. It really comes back down to here. So that whole idea of, yes, it feels good to feel in community. All these people think like me. But then again, that's external validation. Go back inside, trust your heart. You've done this for years now. You've passed that gate. Don't go back the other way and look for everybody else to tell you how to feel. You know how you feel. And it's not because right now in the media, you're getting gaslit like never before that you have to lose confidence. You know what you know. Trust yourself. That's it. And everything
And
else is going to work out.
you're so right. And again, I go back to the XRP when they said they all need to learn discernment. I knew it wasn't about per se the XRP. I go, oh shit, okay, there's a bigger thing coming. All right. Now, and I've got to say this to all the armchair quarterbacks out there. How many times have you left the game at halftime because your team's down by 30 points or something? Oh, they suck. The game's over, right? 2 hours later, you go back. Oh my God, they won by 3 points. What the hell? I missed everything. The game isn't over.
No, not over by a long shot.
No, absolutely not.
And you're also having the opportunity right now to see the people who are really your people, because those who are on the fence now are the first ones. See, I told you, you guys are fucking Q-tards, or whatever it was, right? Like, okay, whatever, dude. Think the way you know. I know what I know, and this is not a cult. This is where and people say, well, you guys are all in a cult, whatever, dude. If you're listening from your heart and you're looking at the big picture and you step back and divorce yourself from this gaslighting, that's not a cult. That's called awakening. So, and people who don't understand that, that's okay. They're on a different path than you, and don't feel bad for them. Continue on your path. That's my, I guess, advice for the audience tonight, because I know a lot of people are stressed, and I hope that we can bridge that energy a little bit higher here as we move forward, because things are still very sketchy and we need to hold that line for everybody else. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah. And I don't know, 85 million people. I don't know if you could call it a cult anymore, man. That's a hell of a big cult. Okay. It's no different than in the beginning of this conversation when we were talking about the 888 in January. Okay. Really? Is that what was said? Okay. Use discernment on these things. This is way bigger than what a lot of people think. All right. It turned out the way it did because it needed to on that day. You don't know the reason. Simon Parks doesn't know the reason. None of these people know the reason unless they're in the room. And none of those guys are in the freaking room. I don't care who you think you know, but unless you're in the room, like I said, put it up to you. What did you say? Okay, it changes. And know what? They're not bad people. They're trying to what they believe to give you truth of what the information they're getting. But the problem is you're dealing a worldwide event here, okay, that you know what? You don't know what you're getting. So you got to wait till you see it with your own eyes and understand it. And then you'll get the validation of that.
That's right? Another point you're making. It's not just the 85 million or whatever voted for Trump. This is worldwide. And again, I've been saying this on my show. This is not just about US politics. It's the whole planet. We're moving in another space. And we're at this fight right now between forces of light and darkness. Yeah. We can get into a whole conversation on that, but that's where we're at. It's not just about
Well, let me add something real quick. As you were just saying, it made me think of something. So we have these 4 major governments that we just heard breaking apart over in the EU zone, right leading up within a day or two of the inauguration. Mm-hmm. If Biden's in there, it's over, blah, blah, blah. Why aren't those guys getting back together all of a sudden? Why did that get quickly reversed?
Right.
Why did Gina Haspel stand down, retire, or quit or whatever the day before the inauguration? Mm-hmm. And I will say that guy, Steve Pachenik, when he was on Alex Jones, he blurbed out a few things. And one of those, he said, didn't I tell you General so-and-so would step down? Yeah, you did. Did he? Yep. Did I tell you that one would? Yep. Did he? Yep. Alex, I'm telling you what's going to happen. Now, he also mentioned and said it quickly, something about Gina Haspel would be going away. I listened to it again. He mentioned her, and then, oh my God, whatever, a few days later, she's gone. She's out the door. So why isn't she coming back all of a sudden? Why didn't Biden go, oh, no, Gina, come back. Come back. I'm in charge. It's good. Come back. So I'm not seeing the same thing some of you guys are seeing out there that are nervous about this. Again, my whole body, my energy says, right on track. Even though I don't know exactly what that is. Nope, we're right on track. Patience is, you're going to have some patience.
And if you really paid attention to the inauguration and you looked at the camera when people didn't know the camera was pointing on them, it looked like a fucking funeral. These guys weren't funny. They didn't look too happy. All the ex-presidents and their wives and all that, they did not look happy at all. They looked very stressed to be there. So again, nothing we see on the news is real. And Joe, I don't know if you saw it, but I posted this picture today that showed one scene of Biden walking on the street, and it looks exactly like all the same colors of dress as in Handmaid's Tale. And of course, when Lady Gaga was singing, she looks exactly like that girl who was talking during the Hunger Games movie. So it's a complete production. And of course, Ward was saying, Charlie Ward was saying that he had clips of the inauguration 7 hours before it was live on TV. I can't verify that, but still, it seems to me, and I think people told you there too, Joe, that during the inauguration, the lighting wasn't always the same. So it was like there was two different shots caught at two different times here. So it could be validated that it wasn't live also. Don't trust your eyes. And then, of course, the motorcade video was taken down from the whitehouse.gov website because everybody was tumbling it down. And then these numbers with the first press conference as well, the numbers were going down. Of course, Google or YouTube was changing the algorithms at the same time live. I mean, come on.
Now, somebody sent me one tonight. It's absolutely from the White House account on YouTube. I checked it. I clicked it. That's the White House account. And they said, Joe, watch it right here. They put in the little timestamp. So I just click on it. It pulled it right up at the right time. And I don't know if it was Biden. Someone was speaking. I think it was Biden. And they're like, Joe, I think that's his son saying, all of a sudden his voice comes on and you hear him saying, I took the plea deal. I listen to the voice. And I'm like, I can't tell if that's Hunter or not. But somehow someone's voice comes in out of nowhere and says something about, sure enough, I decided to take the plea deal. And then it's gone. And then they're just back to playing again. I'm like, how strange. But I literally pressed play on the White House video. It wasn't like someone else sent me a copy of someone else's shit that had a screen up or something. It was the White House account. So when I hit play, it's playing back from the White House account. And I'm like, who is that? What plea deal? Very strange, guys. Very strange stuff is happening. And again, I think it's little breadcrumbs of little guys, have a little faith, have a little hope. We're trying to show you something that we can't really show you. We're trying desperately to just say, hang in there. Here's a little tidbit. Here's a little tidbit. Again, that guy, me, you, Dave, we were talking about the other day, the military guy. Well, what do you think the transitional power, he says about the transitional power to the military.
Yeah.
Who on earth would say that? Yeah. He said it. Why was he being interviewed all of a sudden? Why did we even have to hear from that guy, as a matter of fact?
Right.
Because they're trying to tell you without telling you. Please stay out of D.C. Please let us handle this. It's going to be okay. Trump told us, just freaking relax and don't, as Cliff said, don't do anything stupid and win stupid prizes because you will win a very stupid prize if you go do something stupid. And then you'll be pissed off when you see how it goes.
If you want to play it, I just put you the link there in the private chat. So I don't know if you want to share a screen with the audience, maybe who haven't seen this and don't know what you're talking about, but it's just 30 seconds long, that last clip. I sent you 3 links there. The 2 other ones are the press conference numbers being rejigged live. And that sounds a lot like what happened on screen in November, but I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah, so let's listen to that guy again. It's only a minute and 12 total. Let me pull that one up real quick. We'll play that one. And see if we can get this. I forget if I have to switch this. Let's see if it plays. Tell me if you guys can hear it. Actually, I can't hear it either. Hang on. speakers. Okay, maybe not. That's strange.
Really?
You want me to try it from my end, Joe? Can I share a screen?
Yeah,
here?
see if we can do that.
Let's see here. Share screen. Host disabled participant. You need to
Yeah, hang on.
Okay.
Allow. I have to put you in some kind of thing. What is this? Allow record. Allow multi-pin. Share screen. All participants. Okay. Okay. Try it. See if it'll let you share it.
Okay, let me see here. Allow Zoom to share screen. Yes, I guess. This one here. Oh, I don't know. The settings are not letting me. Why is it not allow apps? Yeah. Zoom. Okay, maybe. Okay.
You should just be able to go in the Zoom app and hit share screen.
Yeah, but it's telling me I'm going to have to reboot if I do that. Fuck. What the hell, man? How do you usually share a screen on your side, Joe?
Oh, I can share the screen. There's no problem. It's the audio's not coming through.
Oh. But we weren't seeing the screen when you were sharing it just now. Maybe you didn't pull it in. You thought you were, but we couldn't see it here either.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, when I play it,
Wait, I think I have it. I have to unlock my computer. There you go. I think I'll be able to do this now. Let me see this again here. Yes, browser. There you go. Share. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are we seeing here? Okay, I see this whole thing. All right.
See if we can hear it.
Okay, so let me see if I can bring this volume up for you guys. Let me know right away.
William Walker,
Yep.
Commander General of the District of Columbia National Guard. Major, thank you for joining us this morning. Can you start out by saying what the current threat level is? Do you have what you need in place to counter it?
Good morning, sir. I do believe we have everything. If I can first say happy holiday for Dr. Martin Luther King, and please allow me to say how proud I am of the almost 25,000 National Guardsmen who have come in from all 50 states and territories to help support the Secret Service and the police departments with a peaceful transition of military power. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for that, sir.
Okay.
He said it.
He did say it. And you could tell there's stress in his voice when he's saying that too. And like Joe said the other night, there's a big difference between saying, hey, maybe he tripped. He said President Biden or President Obama, or you know what I mean? You would know the direction he's going. But no, he's not talking about a person. He's talking about military power. It's
right.
It doesn't fit in the narrative here at all, unless they're trying to tell us something. I don't know.
Click to unshare it again, I guess.
You want me to play it again?
No, unshare it so we can see people can see us.
Did you want me to put the other two links too? The one with the from today, the news conference with the live numbers being jerry-rigged?
I guess if you want, go for it.
If people want to see it, let me bring that up here. Right, so this basically, if you look at the different timestamps here, this one is the earlier picture on the left, of course. It had 10,000 unlikes. And then they jerry-rigged it, about, 4 hours later, it only had 3,000 thumbs down. I mean, again, it's very reminiscent of November without getting into the F word because I'll get triggered here. Okay, so how do I cancel this? Stop share. There you go. Anyways, people can go check that out. But yeah, things are not as they seem. And again, the whole point about don't listen, don't look, pay attention with your heart. Yeah.
You got to flow with what's happening, and just understand you're dealing with human beings here, and again, I bring you back to the highway. We're going to the city. We can see it, but there was an accident. Now we got to get off the ramp. And just remember, we have a lot of other things we're going to be dealing with. We're going to have speed bumps for a while. Okay. And if everybody's reacting like this on the first speed bump, man, you're going to have a rough time after the 7th, 8th, 9th one. You just kind of got to flow with it.
Well, or maybe we'll get lucky because this is a huge speed bump for a lot of people. This one, if they actually see, holy crap, it happened. Maybe the next ones might be a little easier to swallow because holy crap, that big one actually finally happened. It took 2 weeks or whatever the hell it is. And some arrests happened and oh my gosh, and whatever it is. And you always kept telling me, Joe, we just got to get to spring. We just got to get to freaking spring, man. If we can just get to spring, right. I can poke my little head up like a whack-a-mole or whatever.
Whack-a-mole.
Get whacked. He goes, I think we're good. And
now I'm going to throw something at everybody out there. Here's some confusion for you. As I'm sitting here, somebody is whispering in my ear, and they said, I bet they weren't ready for 2 presidents, were they? Oh, shit. So,
I'd like to
what
talk.
Did that mean? I don't know.
We don't know. That's the whole point. We don't know. I wanted to speak to those people who are being very mean today to their fellow Americans, their brothers, their sisters, who had an inkling that things might change and whose heart was open to the idea that things were not what they seemed, and they were fighting for freedom, they were fighting for rule of law, they were fighting for constitutional rights. I mean, these are all great things. And just because today, again, we're being backlit, I want to caution people to not step on everybody else's thoughts and feelings and where they're at, because, man, we're all in this together. And I get it. Some people are waking up sooner than the others. And I don't want to make it a Q thing too, because a lot of people, oh, it was all a LARP, and the Bolshevik did the same thing, Project Trust. And I'm like, I had Ken on my show the other day. We had a debate about this, Ken Schwartz from C60 Purple Power. And I see the history of it and how it could be used and how maybe it was used. I mean, I've had a lot of shows here on my own website. WooWoo was part of them where we were questioning whether or not it was a LARP. We're just having adult conversations here. But at the end of the day, where I disagreed with Ken was, because I told him, I said, listen, let's say it started out as one, and this is the old playbook over and over. The communists do this everywhere they go. Don't you think it's required reading for the high brass, the military colleges? And he said, yeah, but he says they're all stupid with that. Well, that's where I disagree with him. I believe there is a military power that's looking at this and that's trying to defend the Constitution. That's where I stand. Today, we can't see that yet. There's so much fog of war that we can't see that yet. And again, it's a question of using your discernment. That's where it stands. And if you believe, again, whether it's 85 million here in the States or whatever the number is, and across the planet, people who believe in that freedom, it's a strong movement. And there are good guys working in the army who have that same feeling and who are going to lay down their lives for those beliefs. I don't believe they've all given up. And like you, Richard, I don't believe Trump did all this, endured all of this crap for 4 years just to walk away at the last minute. Oh, well, okay, fuck it, I lost. No. First of all, he hasn't conceded yet. He has not conceded yet.
Right.
And did you see the video of the National Guard, a bunch of them with their backs turned to the motorcade? Huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the other video I saw tonight, I can't verify, but there's apparently buses. I saw the videos of the buses where troops are coming into DC. So not only are we done, the troops are not going away, apparently more people are coming in. Some people say, well, maybe it's rotation. Okay, rotation, but that still means they're moving. So what the hell's going on?
Why?
Exactly.
And JC, you said something that was very powerful, which was the fog of war. Now, if you're losing it in a Kumite, all right, are you going to come out and say, oh, man, I'm not going to be able to throw a roundhouse anymore because I pulled my groin muscle, right? No, you don't say that. So what better way than to punch somebody in the solar plex by sending out information that, oh, yeah, this is like the Bolsheviks here, the trusting. That's to kick everybody in the nuts a little more, all right? That's what that was. So now what they're trying to do is humiliate you. But I'm going to tell you something. I watched part of the, you know, Biden being up there and everybody being up there. And my discernment was they were really concerned. You know what it reminded me of is the first day of hunting for turkeys, and they're all out there in the middle of the field, and they're all looking. Do you think this is a good place for us to be right about now? I don't know. What about you? Okay, probably not. So it's kind of like they're at a point they're going, oh shit, what's going to happen next? Because they don't freaking know. They don't know. All right.
Going back to your point too about delays and timelines not happening the way we think or the way we want to expect, right? We all live in this instant gratification world.
Yeah.
We want it today, whatever. Well, today, and there's two sides of this story, but today we're getting info again from the usual suspects who are saying that the delay was caused by the fact that there was unknown that showed itself on the inauguration day that paused everything. And of course, Melania tweeted, we're delayed. Nobody knew what she was talking about. So it seems like there was a message happening right there. Some speculation maybe that there was a dirty bomb somewhere.
Okay. All right. See, that's what I got.
Right.
That's what I got from Spirit. They showed me a suit. They showed me a suitcase, and I went, "I'll be a son of a gun." Now I don't have to say it's anything. They all they did was show me a suitcase. All right, things change. Okay, but remember, timelines are like highways. They really are. They have a destination, but understand, timelines are like DNA. They wrap around each other. So in the process of going someplace, other things, it's like Spirit says, JC, it's really important that you meet this person. All right. So you're going to get off at this exit. And JC says, screw you, I'm going to freaking Harry. Oh, really? So what they do, they drop a log in front of your car. Oh, you went around it. Yeah, screw you, I'm still not going. Oh, really? Then they drop a truck on top of your car and you go, oh, shit, I guess I got to get off the highway. Right? It is what it is. But man, for anybody to give up after one day, after what that man has gone through for 4 freaking years for us, all right, and the abuse, what kind of fans are you, man?
Right.
All right.
And you just said 4 years. We're thousands of years into this fight. We're like, what's another day? What's another week? And I get it. Some people are so pissed it has to be yesterday. I get it. But we're thousands of years into this fight. And now the people are looking at it saying, oh, maybe it's going to be done by March, maybe by April. And all the deniers are like, okay, you fuckers, you're moving the guidepost again and again. You're all liars. Guys, we're in a war. Like,
there's no rule.
It doesn't happen like a Hollywood script in 2 hours. There's a 3 acts and you're done. It's not going to work like that. Okay. Again, I don't have time to talk to those people. Just
Yeah. You don't need to draw your energy off of it. Have you guys ever watched the movie, The Never-Ending Story?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's kind of like what we're in. And what was happening in The Never-Ending Story? What was the key?
Are you Falcor, by the way, with all that white?
All right, guys. I got to straighten this shit out. I know some weird stuff has happened to me. In 7 days, my kids went crazy. In 7 days, I turned totally white. All my beard, my hair, I never seen anything like it in my life. In 7 days, I turned pure white. I asked my daughter, I said, can you see a halo? She says, no.
You say you upgraded. I think you were upgraded.
It's the strangest thing. Yeah, I don't have an answer for it.
Wait, where's that guy?
Oh, there he is. There you go.
No, that's not Falcor. Falcor's the dog thing. Where's the flying dog? There he is down below. He's riding him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there he is. That's Cliff High. The guy on the right's Cliff High.
See, that's true.
I'm the scientist.
That's Cliff
BC.
High right there. That's awesome. But again, see this fight. You know, I guess I'm one of the lucky ones who actually have stood in front of Creator on the other side. All right, and I did ask a lot of different questions, you know, about hatred, love, and all this. And what I was told is it's balance, and some things get out of balance, but it's the never-ending story.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a never-ending story. But see, certain beings came here to pretty much control us and take us over. That's why I keep saying there's a couple of different bloodlines here. Okay. Most of us have the bloodline of the Christ. All right. Some of us don't. It is what it is. All right. And that's why going way back in the little acts of kindness, you don't realize how important that is. It really is, because it goes out into consciousness. Every time you do something beautiful, loving, caring, don't cast the first stone, man, until you look in the mirror. We're all in this, and it's a worldwide event. I got to tell you something, because again, I deal with people around the world. They actually, it's almost like they know more than what we do. And we're the free country, but yet they're getting more information than what we do. They all see what's happening. And this is a worldwide event. And they all know that if this comes down, they're all in deep doo-doo. All right. So they're all excited for us and hoping that we're going to make it through this. And we're going to. We're going to. All right.
It's like the closer you are, the less you can see. Like the people who were in DC on January 6th didn't have a fucking clue what was going on. Yet here, where we could see the big picture, and of course everybody else, who's took even further back and see even more. It's always
yeah, so true. Yeah. So true.
Joe, let me show this picture. The audience was still asking for it here. It's the Hunger Games thing. I mean, look at that. Let me bring it up.
Oh my gosh.
Like, dude, like look at the colors. It's exactly the same. Like, you can't mix this shit up. No. And then, of course, Lady Gaga. Look at the brooch. Look at the color. Like, come on. Hunger Games. Yeah. It's like a satanic ritual. Is what it was.
Oh, and the Bible. They kept showing the big, giant Bible that was upside down with the crosses upside down that he put his hand on and swore.
That's an old Jesuit Bible, by the way. And also, when Kamala put her hand on the Bible, she didn't touch the Bible. She put her clutch on top of the Bible so that her hand wouldn't touch the Bible. Of course, a Satanist wouldn't touch a real Bible.
I think the jury might be out on those 2 points, guys, because I looked at the video of the swearing in, and by the way, the wrong order, I believe. Vice President first, then President. I think it's supposed to go the other way around. But the crosses that I saw, a photoshopped image of the crosses were upside down on Biden's Bible. So, but I saw the video and they're the right side up. And then
I'm not talking about upside down crosses. The bigger Bible is a Jesuit relic, that one.
Okay.
And then when Kamala did put her hand, whether the cross was up or down, I don't know, but she wasn't touching it. She was touching her little black purse.
That was another Bible.
Yeah, different Bibles. Different.
Yeah, so it wasn't a clutch, but it was another Bible. It was a black Bible. It said Holy Bible on the backing. So I'd encourage people. Sorry,
2 Bibles?
Yeah, one on top of the other.
How odd.
Interesting.
Double. So anyway, I watched the video. So it's I think there's some question about what really happened with at least Kamala's swearing in.
And in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter?
No.
Yeah. Part of the theater.
Oh, not at all.
We know their character already.
Well, again, they don't care because they know that we're all at the precipice. This is it. This is it for humanity and for the world. Okay, going forward. And honestly, they don't have a chance in a whirlwind. They really don't. This is going to end up good. But what they say, 6, 7, 8 months ago, I told people, I said, there's going to be a train that's going to come right through your town. And I said, don't play in the tracks, get out of the way. Okay, I didn't say that a week ago. I said that a long time ago.
You're right, you're right, Dave. I see Holy Bible there. I also thought it was a clutch looking at it earlier, the letter bound thing, but it does say Bible angle on it.
Yeah,
you're right. Hey, I'm wrong. I can admit it. But the other one apparently is the whole.
Are you sending out disinformation again?
We're all disinfo, man.
It's everywhere.
It's part of the fog. I mean, we're weeding our way, trying to separate the wheat from the chaff, and get predict and get validation for what's to come. But to really, like, JC, you teach so well about self-mastery, and that is, go inside, trust what you're picking up, and be careful about the scenery. And I love the metaphor that you use, Richard. My intention is to go to this city. I'm on the freeway. Oh my God, the road's closed. I got to take an off ramp. The scenery's changing. If we look out the windows, the scenery's changing, but we're still heading to that destination. So we just have scene changes here. And
it's fluid. Yeah. It's fluid. Yeah.
Listen, I want to be responsible too when I do this show. And if I make a mistake, I'm the first one to say, hey, I made a mistake. But I always, try to choose my words carefully. I had a heart attack a couple of days ago when I heard this other truther say, well, I know 100% sure this is a fact and blah, blah, blah. I know Joe got pissed off too. And he was right. He actually said who the person was. I refrained from saying
somebody said that.
Yeah, somebody said that. One of these fake patriots, people will know what Joe was talking about here. But I was pissed off too at some of his language. I'm like, that's completely irresponsible. And I did a show with Penny Kelly saying, hey, if people are telling you they know 100%, that's irresponsible. That's, nobody knows 100% right now. And that's just leading people into despair. And there's enough stress already than to do that to people. It's completely irresponsible.
Well, if somebody actually came out and said that, well, obviously, at this point today, I probably wouldn't be listening to him anymore. All right, you
flip-flops.
You flip-flop
back and forth so much.
Day, oh no, actually, it's this, that. Well, fuck. Yesterday you were saying it's
5 people jumped out of their second-story building yesterday.
Right.
Because of you, asshole.
Yeah, exactly. I almost lost it, Joe. I was going to be really mean. I know you weren't mean either, but I just like, wow.
Oh, that's that day he went on a rant?
Yeah, that guy.
Was that Joe's rant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
JC, in keeping with this idea of, the stuff people are saying, oh, this is absolutely true. I know. I got good sources. You've been probably closer than any of us here on this call to what it's like to be near in the seat of power in Canada, the work that you used to do. And so you probably can give us some perspective about what you see really going on the inside and what everybody outside the 4 walls of that building think is happening. So maybe you could share with us an example to help illustrate that, or just some
on a good day.
On
a good day, everything you see in the 6 o'clock news was re-engineered for about 8 hours from the issue happening in the morning, all the spin doctoring, and then the clip on the 6 o'clock news. That's on a good day when a government's in good standing. Now what we're seeing is complete fiction, of course.
Yeah.
In my career in the corporate world, I've been in the presence of people in very, very high levels of the company, and been in the presentations to executive level people, which is not at the top, but it's at a really big company. And it's really interesting how that conversation that happens there, and then I leave that, and what I hear message to everybody else is quite different. Important details are changed or left out or rejiggered. And so, that's a microcosm of the macrocosm that JC you have some insight into. So thank you for your
Joe mentions a lot of times on his show, sources say, okay, who are your sources? They've gone off the hook for, maybe the last 10 years where every journalistic, rule is out the window. Nobody names sources anymore. And it's so-and-so, and there's no integrity whatsoever. That's one example of how they really distort reality. But there's all these choices of words and half-truths and all that. And when you're used to listening to that, you look at the news today, and for me anyways, I just the frequency of the words they use today, especially in this last couple of months since November, it's just incredible. And I feel for those people who are still watching that, who haven't got it yet, that is a dying legacy system, and that everything is changing. And going back to the conversation with Cliff, or entering this new world of the water bearer, or Aquarius, if you want to call it that, we're getting into enlightenment, and we need to go again. Goes back to what my first brief was. You need to go in the heart. That's where you use your discernment. New muscles, and for a lot of people, they haven't used them yet. They've been fed pablum, on the 6 o'clock news all their life by an entity that wanted to control them, and it's very hard to get out from underneath that. So you still need to have compassion for these people. I have compassion. I don't have much time to give them, but I do have a compassion, and I'm not going to engage with it, but I do have compassion for them. And I encourage everyone else to here who's red pill to still have compassion for those people who are still caught in those systems and who haven't, like, broken away from those programs yet. But what's happening now and in the next couple of months, it's going to bring a lot of people here. And that's where Joe, David, Woo Woo Dude, and JC are going to be really, really busy, because we're not just talking to our peeps anymore. We're going to be talking to a lot of people coming online.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think on that note, unless there's anything you want to add, I need to wrap up.
We compressed time, did we?
We did pretty good. Hour and a half.
Awesome.
Wow, that's a record.
No, it's not. I think we've been longer on JC's show. Or maybe it's a record short time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, David and I have the record 7 hours, man.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, it was election night. I thought it was 8, but
it could be 8.
It was crazy. Serbian Mike was there. He's on the video today.
Hey Joe, before we leave, I saw a bunch of people asking you questions about stuff. Did you want to do Q&A tonight? Like maybe take a few from there? No, okay. It's your channel, man.
Not tonight. I had to shut my freaking Telegram down to like hour post. If you post, you have to wait an hour to post again.
Yeah.
Because people were just attacking each other.
Right.
It was nuts. I'm like, no, let me stop this so you can say one comment for every hour. Be very careful what you say. For about 3 or 4 hours.
Wisely.
And then I set it back. Like, all right, let me put a bit of time out, because everyone was just attacking each other. Like, holy shit, man. Yeah. So I'm like, no, we're not talking. I don't want to take any questions. Just say what we have to say.
One thing I'd like to say is so many people would like to rub stuff in everybody's face and who's right, who's wrong. And the other day when I was down getting my eye checked out, they put me out in the waiting room, and it was really kind of funny. 3 old guys are standing there. All right, who am I to say old, right? And I go down to sit down, and I look at them all. I go, all right, I am who I am, right? And I go, oh man, I says, I don't know if I had what the hell, they're all just looking at me, and I'm talking like this. I go, I had a nightmare last night. I had a terrible nightmare. I don't know if I should tell you guys about it. And they're all like looking at me. Nobody's saying anything with their masks on. They go, who is this crazy old fart here? And I go, all right. I'm going to tell you guys anyways. And still nobody's talking to me. It was a terrible nightmare. It was, all right. I was dreaming. And then all of a sudden, Nancy Pelosi was kissing me on the lips. And then her teeth fell in my mouth. I just don't know what to do, right? The 2 old men start laughing their balls off, right? And then the third one says, well, why would you say something like that?
Well, there's a liberal Democrat.
I went, so then I turn, I go, so you're the one, right? And they all looked at me. I said, no, I just screwing with you, man. But again, it's like, so what do I do? Jump down his throat? Because he says, listen, there's no proof. On the election, I'm going, really? But so do I sit there and insult the man? Well, just understand that this is what he's been fed. All right. And people do take this for gospel, but Spirit is saying something to me right now. And they're saying all these people that did vote for him, okay, what things are about to happen where they live and around them, that they're going to be pretty pissed off. Okay. It's no different than all the conservatives and everybody getting knocked off all the lines, even our president. In America, a free country, that people would say, you can't say anything. You can't use this. What the hell is that? Is that what you really want? Well, that's going to come home to roost for just a little bit. Okay. And then you'll get the true understanding. But these people, they don't know any better. They really don't. So, you got to throw some compassion. So a little while when you say people just attacking each other, man, you guys got to take a deep breath here. We're all human beings. We all want a really good life. We all want our children and grandchildren to have a beautiful life and to have more than what we had. Yeah. We want them to have all the freedoms. Just like every person in this whole world that's going what they're going through. And you think it's bad here in America? Give me a break. Go to some of the countries I talk to. What they go through is unbelievable. All right? We're all in this together, and we're all on the precipice of this change, and it's worldwide.
So what you're saying is where we go one, we go all. That's what you're trying to say.
Absolutely. I don't know where the hell you got that one from, but absolutely.
Oh, Spirit just came in and gave me that.
Hey, Joe, can I add one last thing?
Yeah.
Let me bring this up. There's still a lot of people that don't know that my YouTube channel was deleted in December, and I keep getting messages on my saying, where are you? I don't know where your videos are. So anyways, guys, this is my new backup channel. It's been up now since December 11 or 12th of last month when YouTube terminated me. So I'm just now trying to rebuild the community. So if you want to check it out, it's Jean-Claude at Beyond Mystic 2. That's what the banner looks like. And of course, if you haven't seen this great interview with Cliff High, JSnip4, and Big Swear last night, go check that out. But please do subscribe, as I'm still trying to rebuild that community that was taken away. And of course, Joe, let people know too where they can find you here, because as Cliff said, we're expecting more waves of this censorship as things continue now. So maybe let them know where they can find your other stuff.
Yeah, I mainly am on Patreon /JSnip4, patreon.com. But I felt like if stuff went down, I'd probably go edit my realistnews.net website, even though it's just a contact form now, and I'd say like, go here, or right. You know, you can catch me here. Like if I get taken down or whatever. But no. So far so good. You know, I'm shocked that I'm still here, but
knock on wood.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. Well,
thanks for having us.
This was wonderful.
Joe. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully you people in the audience, you guys are a little, less aggravated maybe after hearing us talk a little bit tonight. Hopefully, because you shouldn't be aggravated. Just let things play out. Again, we waited 4 years for this stuff. What's another month? Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking the next 10 or so days should probably be pretty interesting, but whatever. Again, we're all heading to the city. Well, we gotta get off the exit real quick. It's okay. We're still gonna get to the city. Just chill.
Yeah. And just remember, the T-Man has been abused for 4 straight years, nonstop, and he never gave up. Come on.
Amazing.
Right?
Yep. Just relax, my friends.
Have faith.
Mic drop.
It's like he's superhuman.
Yeah,
really.
And you know what? No matter what happens, I hope you all believe in God, the creator. So understand, what do you think? The creator doesn't see this? Come on, man. All right? It is what it is. Just flow with it, like a leaf in the wind. Oh, that could be a song.
All we are is leaves in the wind.
Oh, yes, Joe.
Sing it, Joe.
Love that song. Joe, are you going to beatbox us out of the show?
No, I'm not. No,
come on, Joe. Go, Joe, go. Go, Joe, go.
I don't even know which one would be appropriate right now.
Do the CNC Music Factory, things that make you
come on, Joe.
Make you sweat. No. Yeah, make you sweat. Everybody's sweating right now. Chill. Sweat.
Make it good, Joe. Everybody's watching.
I don't even know. I don't even know what I should do right now.
Hey, don't you hang up on us until
I'll sing something. Maybe
well, how about a crypto karaoke song? Why don't you play? Why don't you play one of Steven's songs if you don't want to beatbox?
No.
Yeah.
Or you could do that last video you did. I think it was 2 minutes long, where you're driving on a water ski.
Oh,
yes. That was freaking awesome. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Modeling.
I do think I have that sitting here.
Absolutely.
Saved videos. Will the stupid thing actually play audio is the question.
I have it here too, though. I can play it here too if you want.
Let's see if it plays. No. It's not playing.
Oh man.
Audio's not playing.
Paulie P wants the Tibetan bowls, Joe.
They're kind of put away right now. Actually, like I'm.
There you go.
Here we go.
Satoshi like me, cash is a posse, right? We ain't playing, we buy the whole thing. Don't want no half a token, we want the whole thing. Got my block app, got my money right. I watch Jay Smith to make sure my FM is tight.
Yeah, baby. Joe, you fucking look like Pitbull with the sunglasses.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like he's doing your stunt double.
Well, I was thinking I was a little more buff than Pitbull, but
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's a good way to end the show. Everybody's laughing.
Absolutely.
I love it.
that's it.
Absolutely. Oh man, that was awesome.
Yep. And on that note, we will catch you all later. Stay tuned. Stay out of trouble.
Live long and prosper.
That's it. Catch everybody later.